Hi everyone, and welcome to 164 Diecast. In our video today, we are looking at the Hot Wheels Red Line Club exclusive single, 66 Supernova. This highly detailed 1/64th scale car was an exclusive to members of the Mattel Red Line Club and could only be purchased online through the club. The car color is Spectraflame Race Team Blue. This casting does not have an opening hood like many other Hot Wheels models, since this car is based on a Pro Street version of the 1966 Chevy 2 Nova. It has an open engine compartment with an exposed blown engine. The Mattel product number is HNL16. You can see this car on the Mattel Red Line Club website at and find additional information about this casting here. The 2023 Red Line Club exclusive 66 Supernova is a high-end tribute to the Southern California Pro Street drag racing scene of the 70s and 80s. Released on February 21st, 2023, this version of the iconic Larry Wood design casting is prized for its classic drag strip stance and vibrant aesthetic. The 66 Supernova casting originally debuted in 2012. This 2023 edition was specifically designed to invoke a nostalgic, high-energy look. Unlike some other Red Line Club releases, this model does not feature any moving parts, like an opening hood, as the engine is permanently exposed to emphasize its drag racing DNA. The original retail price was $24.99. It comes on an illustrated blister card protected by a car keeper's clamshell case. Initially limited to Red Line Club members with a limit of 2 per membership, it sold out shortly after launch, and current secondary market prices typically range from $30 to $70, depending on the condition of the car to protector. The real-life 1966 Chevrolet Nova, technically the Chevy 2 Nova, is a legendary giant killer in automotive history. While it started as a humble economy car, its lightweight frame and ability to house massive engines made it a favorite for drag racers and pro street builders. It was, and still is, a wolf in sheep's clothing. The 1966 Nova weighed only about 2,800 to 3,000 pounds. For comparison, the larger Chevelles and Impalas of the time were significantly heavier. This power-to-weight ratio is why the Nova became a drag strip brawler. 1966 was the first year the Nova was officially inducted into the Muscle Car Hall of Fame, thanks to the L79 327 cubic inch V8. It produced 350 horsepower straight from the factory. An insane amount of power for such a small car. Interestingly, Chevrolet actually debuted a Supernova show car at the 1964 New York Auto Show. It was a sleek, futuristic concept that influenced the styling of the 1966 production model you see in the Red Line Club release here. This specific Red Line Club model represents the pro street movement that peaked in the 1980s. In real life, a Pro Street Nova like this would feature a blown big block engine. That massive chrome engine sticking out of the hood is a supercharged V8, often a 540 or 572 cubic inch monster, capable of 800 to 1,000 plus horsepower. It would have a tubbed rear end in order to fit those fat rear rider tires seen on the toy. Real owners have to cut out the rear wheel wells, a process called tubbing, and install a narrowed rear axle. The goal of the Pro Street was to have a car that looked like a professional NHRA drag racer, but could still, theoretically, be driven to a Saturday night car meet. In the collector world today, a pristine, factory original 1966 Nova SS with the L79 engine can easily fetch $50,000 to $70,000. High-end Pro Street builds, similar to the blue Red Line Club version we see here, can go for well over $100,000 due to the custom fabrication and massive engine costs. I hope you enjoyed this look at a true sleeper car from the heyday of the 60s to 80s street racing scene, and this very cool Red Line casting. And, as always, thank you for stopping by 164 Diecast, and we will see you on the next video.